Hey, folks, this is Hawk with Fanatics and Fan. I'm here with Keith and
Tom Kane.
Woohoo!
Pleasure to meet you.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, guys. Thank you.
So now, this is what, your 5th, 6th, 7th time here at Planet Comic Con?
I think it's like the 5th or 6th, yeah. I'm not sure. I missed last year because I had the wrong weekend written down and I got booked for something else on the same weekend. But other than that, I've been here pretty much every year.
You are a perpetually busy individual. I mean, seriously, with all of the work you've been doing and all the voices, how do you really ever just get to any place on time?
I don't. I've got a baseball team of kids, and I do all the cooking. So, and I still work every day. So it's hard for me to get out of the house to do these conventions because Fridays I'm working. So almost all the conventions start on Fridays. So, but this is a local one. I actually live in Kansas City, so it was a lot easier to get here than it would be to hop on a plane and deal with hotels and all that. So.
Do you record from your home or at least somewhere in Kansas City?
Yeah, I have a studio in my house. The technology has evolved to the point where, as long as it's at a large studio, they all have the same kind of equipment I do, so I can talk in my studio here and they hear me in their studio and the qualities as if I'm there. So there's no reason to physically go anywhere anymore. So I do sessions on any given week. I'll do a session to London or Singapore or Australia, and sounds like I'm there.
Do you usually just get called out? I mean, when you're in, doing your thing in public, when you're going to pay bills or out shopping, do people usually recognize your voice or...
Not for a while. I was fairly anonymous here, but one of the years I do the Academy Awards. I'm the announcer for the Academy Awards. When they use a guy, if they use a woman, I can't compete with that. But one of the years I did the Academy Awards, the Kansas City Star did an article on me on the front page, and after that, suddenly, I picked my kids up from school or something. All these moms are staring at me like, "Who is that's that guy?"
So now, how did you get your start doing this?
I was actually a teenager here in Prairie Village, Kansas, and I was just bored and thought it would be fun to hear myself on television. I didn't know anybody got paid for it, and I started calling local advertisers and basically offering my services, and one day one of them said yes, and turned out their ad agency was one of the biggest ones in Kansas City, and a week later they hired me to do 5 commercials, and then another agency hired me, and so by the time I got out of high school, I'd probably done 80 or 100 commercials, and by the time I got out of college, I'd done 200 or 300, so it just kept going. So.
Wow, it has been an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
So, one question for me. What's your favorite voice to do?
Oh, a Jedi Master, of course. Yoda's his name. His voice I do, yes.
Wow.
Folks, this is Hawk, and you've been listening to Fanatics and the Fan.